let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Toronto Raptors. At shooting guard, Daniel Green. At power forward, Serge Ibaka. At center, Jonas Valanciunas. At the other guard position, Kyle Lowry. At the other forward position, Kawhi Leonard. The head coach of the visiting team is Dwayne Casey.
A buzz in the air in the sold-out arena here in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the Toronto Raptors facing the Indiana Pacers. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. Here are the five for the Raptors. Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. Green is out there with Lowry, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. Tyreke Evans, the 4th pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
And here are the Raptors now. And here's Oladipo. He kicks it to Evans. Over Ibaka. And Evans the basket on the assist by Oladipo.
And we know this. Victor Oladipo is a multi-talented guy, Kev. This is an accomplished scorer and a very polished passer as well.
Now here's Green. He dishes it to Ibaka. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. 3-on-3. No good that time.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
Wasted no time on that one. Green's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
We'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, David?
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big inch for them inside. We'll see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Here's Lowry. After the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. 5 on the clock. The Pacers pull it in.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And the Pacers operating in a smaller market. Some cost restraints for this franchise.
Right. This is not a team that can pay the luxury tax. It's not necessarily a free agent destination either. Those are challenges, but they have remained very competitive over the years.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Green against Oladipo. Over Green. Again, Oladipo missing.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Outside Lowry. The feed to Leonard. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now here's Turner. And the Pacers can't get it to go. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Green dishes to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Valanciunas with a screen on Collison. Lowry kicks to Green. Back to Lowry. Three-pointer. Trying to get open as Ibaka. Lowry's shot is good. Lowry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Oladipo, the pass to Sabonis. And just miss after miss right now.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg, especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Collison with it. Dishes to Oladipo. Over in the corner, Turner. Off target from 3-point range. And so it's Toronto with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Right back after this break. And Serge Ibaka, known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you. Every time he passes the ball, when you don't shoot, he screams you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is. Huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
Bogdanovich out there with Young. Then there's Oladipo. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Joseph in at the 1. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Raptors leading by 3. And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
Doris, we have so many bigs that are playmakers, even though their position doesn't say they really should fall in that category. But we do have a lot of guys that can pass, that have size and operate down low. Who, in your opinion, tend to be some of those names under the radar?
Well, I go to Marc Gasol, who is an all-star center in the NBA. But what his value is
He's increasingly become comfortable with a guy who they want to take 15 to 20 shots a game. But the beauty of Marc Gasol is the unselfish nature of his game. You can stick Marc at the elbow, enter the ball through him, and you know something good is going to happen. He's going to make the right pass. He's going to lead to the pass that leads to the pass that leads to the score, or he can get his own offense. I think for me, maybe the under-radar guy in terms of playmaking have to be Marc Gasol.
Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for the Pacers. Good on the second free throw. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Now Joseph, quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Booker, a screen on Miles. From the low block, with that shot, the Raptor lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Young.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Van Vliet, rejected by Young.
Well, terrific reach on the block. Thaddeus Young stretches out well for a big-time rejection.
Back to Joseph. Screen by Young, and the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul. Now here's Joseph. Not a lot of room. Thaddeus Young on the wing. And the Pacers another 3. And Dwayne Casey, known as a grinder, pound the rock, Doris, is his motto.
Well, along those lines, how about this? In college, he actually worked in a coal mine in order to get the money to buy a car. Hard work indeed. And we're not talking just any car. It was a 70s white coupe with swivel seats. How cool is that for a young guy?
Now, here's Joseph. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. Thaddeus Young on the wing. He's got 5. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Miles against Young. And Miles kicks to right. Valanciunas with a screen on Bogdanovich. Clock at 6. Here's Miles. And again, Toronto no luck.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Right, with a screen on Joseph. Screen by Valanciunas. Van Vliet kicks to Valanciunas. Over Quinn. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
There's the pick. Booker with the screen for Joseph. And Young, here we go.
Oh, my goodness. Exceptional speed, outrageous athleticism. Thaddeus Young doing work.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Joseph. At the teardrop, Booker pulls it in. Booker's got 4 rebounds in this game. And no good. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Pacers lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. So it's Indiana who's out on top at the half. They lead by 5. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, the offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other.
And that will...
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Raptors trail by 5. And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. Lowry out there with Green, and it's Leonard in at the 3. Outside, Green to the middle. It's taken away by Collison. Valanciunas, good.
But Kevin, this guy's been adept at finding ways to finish inside. Jonas Valanciunas doesn't miss many of these chances. Given an opportunity, he'll deliver.
Evans attacking. Leonard with the steal. Fast break, Toronto. Lowry leading the charge. Such a wide open look. Ibaka's got his first basket.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And Kyle Lowry over the last few seasons slimmed down about 15 pounds. He's been playing the best basketball of his career.
No doubt. He's still got that low center of gravity, almost like a bowling ball. He just gets under his man, and his strength and tenacity enable him to create chaos at both ends of the floor.
Here's Leonard, and it's sent back by Turner.
I'll tell you, you love the attitude of Miles Turner. No one is getting off these shots when he's nearby. No one.
Collison inside. Lowry covering. Collison, good. Collison's got the lead up to 5 now for Indiana.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post. Agree. Kevin?
The centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. Valanciunas with a screen on Collison. Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. Ibaka, the pass to Lowry. Screened by Valanciunas. Offensive rebound over Turner. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Valanciunas has got his second basket of the game. Indiana leading by 5. Collison kicks to Evans. A floater. The pass to Sabonis. They shoot again. And it's Evans missing.
Challenging the shot has almost the same effect as blocking.
No doubt, especially when the shooter knows that a defender is draped all over him. That kind of activity alters shots.
Here's Collison, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison and his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
That one is off.
And in today's game, we're really so used to thinking of passing as the key to an efficient offense. But this Raptors club, they do it a different way. For them, that screen is the assist, giving their guards space to pull up or attack the rim.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Sabonis. Young comes in for Miles Turner, and it's Bogdanovich in for Victor Oladipo. And the Raptors for the last few seasons, Greg, right at the bottom of the league in assists.
Yeah, but nevertheless, they do make good decisions. They're a low turnover team, and they've been pretty efficient offensively. One area where you can offset that is by their ability to get to the free throw line, because that puts a lot of pressure on your defense with their ability to attack.
Here's O'Quinn. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Boy, you got to give it to the big fella from Norfolk State. O'Quinn making his presence felt on the second chance opportunities.
Here's Ibaka, and another basket for Toronto.
Oh, such nice touch on that turnaround jumper. That was smooth.
And this is where you milk the clock.
Absolutely. You use as much of that ticker as you can. That's just good offense.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing. No good. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's the Pacers up by 3. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter next. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
Get the pass, attack. Pass, attack. But down there, we got to get stopped.
Dwayne Casey focusing on ball movement and finishing strong, but also getting it done on D.
Yeah, getting stops and then taking care of the boards. It's only working if you get control of the basketball.
And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. We've got Bojan Bogdanovich, Kyle O'Quinn out there with Young, and there's Collison, and it's Evans in at the 2. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And the Pacers still looking for their first NBA title, but 3 titles, as we know, for the franchise in their ABA days.
How about in 9 seasons with the ABA, they made the finals 5 times. Now, granted, there were only about 10 teams in the league, but that's still pretty impressive.
Raptors trail by 6. Now here's Leonard. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right, the effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
Wow, how about that feathery touch from Bogdanovich? You just can't let this guy get loose from the mid-range.
Wright sets a screen. Passes it to Siakam. And Wright kicks to Ibaka. Nobody near Leonard. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
And they found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
There's a good screen. Young in the corner. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Raptors trail by 3. In the corner, Ibaka with it. That's short off the rim.
Now, great look on that. Just a little out of rhythm.
Yeah, he looked like he forced that a little bit. Just needs to take his time. Got to make these shots right now.
Young dishes to Evans. A drive by Collison. Yep, that one goes in there.
Always like seeing Evans shear the basketball. A capable passer who knows how to get his guys going.
Indiana making some changes. Sabonis, he's checked in for Trevor Booker. Turner comes in for Young, and it's Victor Oladipo in for Evans. Throw good, Darren Collison. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this 4th quarter. Pass to Wright. Bogdanovich with that jam.
Get out of the way.
Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. They set the pick. Turner passes to Collison. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Collison's got 5 points now in the quarter. Lowry against Collison. And Wright kicks to Leonard. Over Bogdanovich. No good off the front iron.
Man, with the defense laying off him, you know he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
Oladipo goes in. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. Danny Green, he's checked in for the Raptors. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Lowry against Collison. 6 to shoot. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Boy, that's the length of Jonas Valanciunas on the defensive end. Not easy to get a shot over the 7-footer.
Leonard kicks to Green. Buries it. And now they trail by just 4. The Pacers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Bogdanovich with a screen on Lowry. Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 7 now for the Pacers. Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. There's 45 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Tyreke Evans.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. Tyreke Evans is checked in for Bogdanovich. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, well, Dwayne Casey just going over the game plan with his team down the stretch. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment, and let's take back this game. We'll see what they can do, Kevin.
And here are the Pacers now. It's a 5-point game. Collison kicks to Evans. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
It feels like that one could be the dagger. Not enough time to completely erase this deficit.
Well, Greg, it's going to be tough, that's for sure. A shot like that has to devastate the other team.
Free throw good. Tyreke Evans. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth.
And really nothing they can do now. They just got to play this one out.
No, it appears that this one is absolutely done. No sense wasting energy trying to come back.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Collison against Lowry. Outside Collison. So it's Indiana picking up the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor. Completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester. And that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Victor, what does tonight's performance say about the confidence of this team?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.